The ex-best friend is getting married to her ex-boyfriend. This is one that you're gonna root for the villain. I mean, summer vibes, right? It's just that southern, swampy kind of vibe. Just look at the cover, very beachy, right? Has been made. It's time to consume it. Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin and I hope you are doing so lovely. Welcome to another sit down Sunday video. How are we doing? I hope we are doing well. For today's sit down Sunday video, I thought I would give you guys thriller recommendations that are perfect for the summer. Even though I think it will be August by the time this video goes up, there's still a month left of summer. I am not one of those people who assume because it's August it's fall. No. I enjoy every season for what it is. And summer is from June to August. Let me have my 3 months of summer and then I'm automatically into let's go fall. So for the last remaining month of summer, I'm giving you guys thriller recommendations. Thrillers are my favorite genre ever to read, to consume in the summer. Laying by a body of water with a cold drink and a thriller, that is when I'm the happiest. So I thought I would go over some of the thrillers that I have on my shelf that I have read. There's only I think one that I haven't read yet, but it's like summer themed, so I thought I would just chuck it in here. So if you guys are wanting some new thriller recommendations, make sure to stay tuned. Make sure you guys are subscribing because I make weekly vlogs every single week and they come out on Wednesdays, and I also make videos that come out on Sundays, typically every week, just depends on how my work week goes. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. First book I want to go over is Youre Invited. Now in this book, you are following a girl who has been invited to her ex-best friend's wedding that is set on this tropical resort. Here's the kicker. The ex-best friend is getting married to her ex-boyfriend. So she is invited, she decides to go, they haven't spoken years, and once she gets there, everyone's like, what are you doing here? We didn't invite you. So someone invited her and she's kind of having to figure out that mystery, and then someone gets murdered the day of the wedding on the beach and it's just complete chaos. The only reason why I'm recommending this book is because the setting of it, it's like Crazy Rich Asians meets a murder is how this book is. So if you guys like that, read this book. Next up we have The Lies I Tell by Julie Clark. I actually read this last summer at the pool, literally in one sitting. I stayed all day and read this book because it was so good. It's not exactly thrilling, but I will say it's a very good mystery. Let me tell you guys what this book's about. I don't exactly remember what this book's about, so I'm gonna read the summary. Meg Williams, Maggie Littleton, Melody White. Different names for the same person depending on the town, depending on the job. She's a con artist who erases herself to become whoever you need her to be. A college student, a life coach, a real estate agent. Nothing about her is real. She slides alongside you and tells you exactly what you want to hear, and by the time she's done, you've likely lost everything. Kat Roberts has been waiting 10 years for the woman who upended her life to return, and now that she has, Kat is determined to be the one to expose her. But as the two women grow closer, Kat's long-held assumptions begin to crumble, leaving Kat to wonder who Meg's true target is. This is a domestic thriller, but this is one that you're gonna root for the villain and have you rooting for her and her getting her rights. You know what I'm saying? It's very short, very easy to read. Check it out. Next I have is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. Now, I didn't particularly enjoy this book. I know a lot of people loved this book. There were some mixed opinions, but I think for the majority of people like this book. The only reason why I'm recommending it to you is because they're stuck on an island. I mean, summer vibes, right? So it says, one island, beautiful, wild, and strange, Moreau Island, is a spot in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a mysterious history of shipwrecks, cannibalism, and even rumors of murder. It's the perfect destination for the most adventurous traveler to escape everything except the truth. 6 stunning 20-somethings are about to embark on a blissful, free-spirited journey, one filled with sun-drenched days, intoxicating nights. But as it becomes clear that the group is even more cut off from civilization than they initially thought, it starts to feel like the island itself is closing in, sending them a dangerous spiral of discovery. When one person goes missing and another turns up dead, the remaining friends wonder what the dark currents lie beneath this impenetrable paradise, and who else will be swept under its secluded chaos. So this is kind of like a gothic thriller, I think is how it's described. It's a fun time, easy read. What more could you want? Next is The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. This one is summer vibes because you have a group of friends who rent a beach house every year on the Outer Banks, I believe. And they go to the same beach house because they all went through a traumatic event together, and they are doing this as a way to check in with each other, make sure each other is great. The main character, I forget her name, Cassidy has kind of worked on distancing herself. She's like, I'm not gonna go again, until she gets texted a eulogy from one of the friends in the group who is now dead. So she's like, okay, I'll go. So she goes, and then one person ends up missing. And so there's the kind of mystery of what happened to her. Did she die? And there's also a big storm coming. I don't know about you guys, but if I was going on a beach vacation, I would bring this book. Next is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave? Yeah, Laura Dave. Read much, Kaylin? This one I know is an Apple TV show with Jennifer Gardner, I believe is the lead actor. Okay, so you have Owen Michaels, who just suddenly disappears. He is dating this woman named Hannah, who is trying to make waves with Bailey, the 16-year-old daughter, but Bailey is like, I don't want you, like, go away. She's just being a 16-year-old teenage bratty self. And till one day when Owen disappears, they get a note, protect her, and all this cash. So now they're trying to uncover like what really happened to Owen, and they live on this boat house community, which is why I'm recommending it, because how cool. I don't think this necessarily takes place in summer. I think it actually takes place in the fall, but you know what, the boathouse summer vibes. And yeah, I would say this is really good for what it is. It's not thrilling, it's more of a mystery. So if y'all like want something like that, check this book out. If anything has changed, I'm very sorry. My camera died in the middle of me filming. It's been a couple hours because someone hasn't bought an extra battery for a camera yet. Who could that be? So lighting, angle, outfit, we're looking a little more rough than we did in the beginning of this video. Just ignore all those things, okay? We only have 3 more books to talk about, so let's just get right back to it. So this is All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. She wrote A Flicker in the Dark. Incredible thriller. This one, I'm gonna read you the summary. 1 year ago, Isabel Drake's life changed forever. Her toddler son, Mason, was taken out of his crib in the middle of the night while she and her husband were asleep in the next room. With little evidence and few leads for the police to chase, the case quickly went cold. However, Isabel cannot rest until Mason is returned to her, literally. Except for the occasional catnap and small blackout where she loses track of time, she hasn't slept in a year. Isabel's entire existence now revolved around finding him, but she knows she can't go on this way forever. In hopes of jarring loose a new witness or a buried clue, she agrees to be interviewed by a true crime podcaster. But his interest in Isabel's past makes her nervous. His incest questioning paired with her severe insomnia has brought up uncomfortable memories from her own childhood, making Isabel start to doubt her recollection of the night Mason's disappearance, as well as second guesses who she can trust, including herself. But she is determined to figure out the truth no matter where it leads. So in this book, you're getting multiple POVs. Well, you're getting a POV present day, and then you're getting a POV from the past, which I really like those POVs a lot. So it keeps the book flowing, it keeps it nice. It's very atmospheric. I believe this takes place in New Orleans. I could be very wrong, but I think it does. And it's just that southern, swampy kind of vibe is what you get from this book in the past chapters, because they live on or close to a swamp, I believe. I don't really know. I don't really remember. It's been quite a while since I've read this book, but I just remember really, really loving this book. Next book we're going to talk about is She Started It by Sienna Gilbert, I think is how you say her name. I could be very wrong. I have yet to read this book, so I'm not gonna read the summary because, in case you guys don't know, with my thrillers, I don't like to read the summary of my thrillers that I have yet to read. If I've read the thriller, I will read the summary, but I just don't want to spoil myself. But I know this is about someone who goes to a party and something happens. It's very vague, But just look at the cover, very beachy, right? Right, okay, so like I had to include it in my summer thriller recommendation. Next is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This is Taylor Adams' newest release. In this one, you're following Emma, who is house sitting, that's what she does for her job, on this isolated island where literally there's only a neighbor and the only way they can communicate is through like a whiteboard, and they play like hangman. And she has her dog Leica there, which is a golden retriever, and she loves books, so she reads this horror novel. She hates it. She leaves an ugly review, and the author writes back and they start an argument, and then something crazy happens in the night and she's beginning to think like, is the author stalking her? This is a very eerie isolation kind of book. It's set on a beach and it's creepy, eerie, ooey. It has you on the edge of your seat. The way this is written is so cool because it's written like, obviously like you're reading a book, and then you get to read excerpts of this author's newest book that he puts out. Hopefully that's not a spoiler. I don't think it's a spoiler because I'm not really saying anything that spoils anything, but it's very cool how this is written, and it's written in a way that makes you want to consume it as fast as you can. Like I literally read this in one sitting, not even a joke. I went to the park, okay, that's a joke, 2 settings, because I went to the park and I read half of this and then I came home and read the other half. It was so good I could not put it down. Next book I'm going to talk about is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I normally don't recommend Riley Sager books. I'm not a fan usually, but you know what? His last 2 books I have liked, which is shocking because any of his other books that I've read I haven't really liked. So maybe he's doing something different and I'm liking it. So in this one, we are following Casey Fletcher, and she is a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press, has retired to the peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. Armed with a pair of binoculars, several bottles of bourbon, she passes the time watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple, living in the house across the lake. They make for a good viewing, and a tech innovator, Tom, is powerful, and a former model, Catherine, is gorgeous. One day on the lake, Casey saves Catherine from drowning. The two strike up a budding friendship, but the more they get to know each other and the longer Casey watches, the more it becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage isn't as perfect as it appears. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Casey immediately suspects Tom of foul play. What she doesn't realize is that there's more to the story than meets the eye, and that shocking secrets can lurk beneath the most placid of surfaces. Yeah, this was really good. Again, I think I read this in one sitting. The vibes are great, and I kind of wish I haven't read this book yet because I'm going away in October to a cabin, and I feel like this would be the perfect book to read in a cabin setting. But also a great book to read if you're at the lake, the beach, the pool, anything. Also a great book. Those are all of my recommendations for summer thrillers. If you guys have any summer thriller recommendations that I did not mention and you think I would like, please leave them down below because I love a good thriller and I'm always looking for more to read. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give a massive thumbs up. If you aren't already, make sure you guys are subscribing because I put out weekly vlogs every single Wednesday, and then every Sunday-ish I put out a bonus video. And make sure you guys are actually following me on my social medias. I am on Instagram and TikTok and now Threads. Look at me. So if you guys want to follow me on any of those, they will be linked down below as always. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are reading lots of good books, and I will see you guys in my next video.